Welcome back to Change Your Life. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Kennedy half-dollar worth value coins. In this video, we explore the worth, iconic design, hidden treasures, and shocking history behind the top 3 most valuable and expensive Kennedy half-dollars in the United States of America. We'll be revealing coins from 1971D, 1992D, and 1993D. These are copper-nickel-clad coins, and some examples show a rare red to dark brown color shade, a detail that makes them a major target for coin collectors and investors. At first glance, these Kennedy half-dollars may look ordinary. Many are found in dirty and heavily circulated condition. But don't be fooled. Some of these seemingly ordinary coins could be worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars today. So before you spend that old half-dollar, stick around, because you might be holding a fortune in your hands. Backhand index pointing right first up. Coin number 1. Stop. Pause. Take a breath. Hold this coin in your hand. At first glance, it may look like just another Kennedy half-dollar, the copper-nickel-clad surface dulled, edges softened by decades of circulation, the once shiny relief now muted. But this coin is far from ordinary. This is a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, D-Mint mark, quietly surviving the years, passing through countless wallets, cash registers, and hands of everyday Americans. Every scratch, every worn ridge, every trace of dirt is a silent witness to its journey. Most see only a coin. Collectors see history, resilience, and hidden fortune. The year 1971 was a turning point in America. Change, uncertainty, and hope lingered in every corner of the nation. This coin carries that story in every contour. The obverse shows Kennedy's profile, firm, thoughtful, and enduring even after years of handling. The reverse, with its intricate eagle design, speaks of strength and legacy. Every detail, though softened by wear, tells a story of survival, endurance, and subtle rarity. This is not just currency. This is a time capsule pressed into metal, holding decades of American life within its small frame. Look closely at the D-Mint mark, quiet, unassuming, but powerful. It signals Denver's production, hints at subtle minting variations, and silently whispers about scarcity. Millions of Kennedy half-dollars were minted that year, but very few survived in such condition with legible features intact. This coin is among those rare survivors. To the untrained eye, it may seem ordinary. To the collector, it is a treasure, hiding potential wealth that could transform fortunes. Observe the obverse. Kennedy's face, though dulled by decades of circulation, retains a noble expression. Lines softened, but character remains. Each groove and mark tells a story, passing through drawers, vending machines, piggy banks, and hands that never paused to notice its significance. Yet the coin endured. Its value is not only in metal but in survival, in the quiet story etched into its copper-nickel surface. In the decades it has outlived countless others discarded and forgotten. Flip the coin over. The eagle spreads its wings across worn metal, a symbol of strength and vigilance. The relief, muted, does not diminish its beauty, it enhances the narrative. Each scratch, each faded line is proof that this coin lived through a slice of history, that it carried the hands of Americans from coast to coast. Heavy circulation does not erase its significance, it amplifies it. Every collector knows that true value hides where most never look. Many may dismiss this coin as ordinary. But hidden beneath wear and tarnish lies a story few recognize, subtle minting anomalies, circulation marks, and survival over decades can make this 1971 D. Kennedy half-dollar far more valuable than its face suggests. This coin does not shout. It waits for the collector who can see beyond the surface, who can read its journey and recognize the hidden potential quietly pressed into decades of American history. Imagine the countless hands that held it. Each transfer left a mark, a proof of life, authenticity, and survival. These are not flaws, they are records of experience. The dirt, the softened edges, the worn relief, each contributes to a story of resilience. Those who rush to spend it may never understand its true worth. Those who pause, examine, and study it can uncover a fortune hidden in plain sight. Fortune whispers quietly through coins like this. It is not always shiny or obvious. It is hidden in the survival, in the subtle distinctions, in the history engraved by time and touch. This 1971 Kennedy half-dollar D-Mint mark may seem ordinary, yet every mark, every line, every worn feature transforms it into a treasure of potential wealth, legacy, and historical significance. Collectors know that rarity is about more than condition. It is about endurance, survival, and subtle cues only experienced eyes can recognize. The 1971 D. Kennedy half-dollar carries decades of American life, marks of authenticity, and subtle differences that could dramatically increase its value. It is a coin with a story few notice, but those who do can profit from greatly. So, if you ever find a 1971 D. Kennedy half-dollar, do not rush. Hold it. Study it. Examine Kennedy's worn profile, the eagle's softened wings, the marks left by decades of hands. This coin does not demand attention. It waits, silently, patiently, for the collector who can read its story, understand its endurance, and unlock the hidden fortune pressed quietly into its history. This is more than a coin. This is resilience, history, and a quiet promise of wealth. Stop. Pause. Take a breath. Hold this coin in your hand. At first glance, it may seem ordinary, copper-nickel clad, dulled by decades of handling, edges softened, relief muted. But this is far from ordinary. This is a 1992 D. Kennedy half-dollar, quietly surviving the journey of American life. Each mark, each scratch, every trace of dirt is a silent witness to its passage through wallets, cash registers, pockets, and piggy banks. Most people see only a coin. Collectors see history, endurance, and hidden fortune. The year 1992 was a moment of change and reflection. America was evolving, facing economic shifts, cultural milestones, and a new generation of collectors rising. This coin embodies that era, quiet, resilient, yet holding untapped potential. Its obverse features Kennedy's familiar, stoic profile, softened but still commanding. The rare red to dark brown toning of the copper-nickel surface gives it a character that draws collectors' eyes immediately. The reverse carries the presidential eagle, proud and enduring, even after decades of circulation. This coin is not just metal, it is a story pressed into history. Look closely at the D-Mint mark. It is subtle, almost unassuming, yet it carries significance. Minted in Denver, this mark hints at production numbers, potential minting anomalies, and rarity. Millions of Kennedy half-dollars left the mint in 1992, yet very few survived in such a condition that still reveals the design clearly. To the casual observer, this coin is ordinary. To the collector, it is a treasure hiding in plain sight, a key to potential fortune waiting for the discerning eye. Observe Kennedy's face on the obverse. Lines once crisp are now softened, but his expression endures, noble, resolute, a silent reminder of history. Each worn edge tells a story of survival. Each mark is proof that this coin passed through countless hands without losing its identity. Most coins from this era were spent, discarded, or melted. This one endured. Its value is not in shine, but in survival, in history, and in the subtle anomalies only collectors can detect. Flip the coin. The eagle spreads its wings across the worn metal, each feather softened by circulation yet full of character. The relief may have dulled, but the story has sharpened. This coin has traveled through decades, witnessed moments of ordinary life, and quietly survived where millions of others vanished. Its heavily circulated state does not diminish its worth, it enhances its authenticity, proving that it lived and endured. Many may dismiss this coin as mere change. Yet hidden in its wear are stories, subtle variations, and a potential fortune. Red to dark brown toning is highly sought after. Circulation marks are not flaws, they are evidence of resilience. Subtle minting differences, survival through decades, and rare coloration can dramatically elevate its value. To those who recognize it, this coin is not just currency, it is history, a lesson in endurance, and a potential treasure trove. Consider the hands it passed through. Wallets, cash registers, pockets, piggy banks, vending machines. Each contact left a trace, a silent record of life, a proof of authenticity. The dirt, the softened relief, the worn edges, each contributes to a story that cannot be replicated. Those who rush to spend it see only a coin. Those who pause, study, and recognize its history can unlock wealth hidden in plain sight. Fortune often whispers quietly. It does not shout. In the worn edges of this Kennedy $50, in the softened profile of Kennedy, in the muted eagle design, it speaks to the collector who knows how to listen. The 1992 D Kennedy $50 may appear ordinary, but its story is extraordinary. Every mark transforms it from currency to a hidden treasure, rich with history and potential. Collectors understand that rarity is not only about condition. It is about survival, endurance, and subtle distinctions. The 1992 D Kennedy $50 carries decades of American history, marks of authenticity, and subtle minting details that could make it incredibly valuable. Those who see it as just change will overlook its hidden potential. Those who recognize its story can uncover wealth and legacy that seem unimaginable for a single coin. So if you ever find a 1992 D Kennedy $50, do not rush. Hold it, study it, feel its weight. Examine Kennedy's worn profile, the eagle's softened wings, the rare red to dark brown toning, and the marks left by decades of circulation. This coin does not demand attention. It waits silently for the collector who can read its story, understand its endurance, and recognize the hidden fortune pressed quietly into American history. This is more than a coin. It is resilience, history, and a quiet promise of wealth. Stop. Take a breath. Hold this coin carefully in your hand. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary $50, dirt clinging to worn edges, the copper-nickel surface dulled by years of handling, the relief softened from countless pockets and cash registers. But this is no ordinary coin. This is a 1993 D Kennedy $50, quietly surviving decades of American life. Each scratch, each mark, every trace of circulation is a story pressed into metal, waiting for the observant collector to uncover its hidden power. Most people see only a coin. Collectors see history, resilience, and a fortune that could be unimaginable. The year 1993 was a time of subtle change in America. It was an era when the world moved quickly, but coins like this $50 quietly traveled through generations, collecting the marks of life. The obverse holds Kennedy's familiar profile, once sharp and commanding, now softened yet still resolute, bearing decades of subtle wear. The rare red to dark brown coloration makes this coin even more special, a signature that catches the eye of collectors and investors alike. The reverse, featuring the iconic presidential eagle, has been muted by circulation but carries a story of endurance, strength, and survival. This coin is more than metal, it is a witness to history. Examine the D-Mint mark. Quiet, unobtrusive, yet full of significance. Minted in Denver, it hints at the production history, subtle die variations, and the rarity that collectors crave. Millions of Kennedy $50 were struck in 1993, yet very few survived in this condition, heavily circulated yet still revealing design details. The casual observer may pass it by, seeing only a coin. But the collector sees a treasure hidden in plain sight, a coin with decades of history quietly engraved on every surface. Look closely at Kennedy's face on the obverse. Lines once crisp have softened, yet his presence remains commanding. Each worn ridge, each trace of circulation tells a story of endurance, of survival through decades of transactions, of being handled by millions of Americans without ever losing its identity. This coin has witnessed daily life, been forgotten in pockets, rescued from drawers, and quietly endured where millions of others were lost or melted. Its true value lies not in shine, but in the authentic story etched into its metal. Flip the coin. The eagle rises, wings spread across worn copper nickel, softened by decades of circulation. Each detail is a testimony to survival. Each mark, each faded line, is proof that this coin lived and endured. It has passed through wallets, cash registers, vending machines, and hands of countless Americans, silently witnessing life's ordinary and extraordinary moments. Its worn state does not diminish it, it enhances it, proving resilience and authenticity. Many may dismiss this $50 as mere change. Yet hidden in its circulation, in its toning, and in subtle minting differences, lies potential treasure. Red to dark brown coloration is highly sought after, and combined with decades of circulation, it makes this coin exceptionally desirable. This is not just currency, it is history, endurance, and potential wealth. A collector who sees this coin understands that fortune often hides in plain sight. Think of all the hands it passed through, from wallets to cash registers, from drawers to piggy banks. Each touch left an invisible imprint, a mark of life that can never be replicated. These are not flaws. They are proof of survival. They are proof that this coin endured where millions were lost. Its worn, heavily circulated state is not a weakness, it is a badge of history, rarity, and authenticity. Fortune is often quiet. It whispers, it does not shout. It speaks through the worn edges, the faint red to brown shading, and the softened relief of Kennedy's face and the eagle's wings. The 1993 D. Kennedy $50 may appear ordinary, but its story is extraordinary. Each mark, each trace of circulation, each hint of toning transforms it from mere currency into a hidden treasure, rich with history and the promise of value. Collectors know that rarity is not always about pristine condition. It is about survival, endurance, and subtle distinctions. This coin has traveled decades, witnessed ordinary lives, survived countless transactions, and quietly holds immense potential for those who recognize its story. Those who see it as just change miss a hidden fortune. Those who study it, feel it, and understand its history can unlock value that seems unimaginable for a single coin. So, if you ever find a 1993 D. Kennedy $50, do not rush. Hold it. Study it. Feel its weight. Examine the worn profile of Kennedy, the softened eagle, and the rare red to dark brown toning. This coin waits silently, patiently, for the collector who can read its story, appreciate its endurance, and recognize the hidden treasure pressed into decades of American life. This is more than a coin. It is history, resilience, and a quiet promise of extraordinary value.